Okay, and now I'm going to read the excerpt from the speech that is included in part 4 of your summative quiz. So this was written by Nelson Mandela. While a lot of this was written while he was actually in prison, but wasn't released until about 5 years later. So I'm just going to read it out loud. I'll stop and kind of talk through like I did the last one. So he says, it was during those long and lonely years that my hunger for the freedom of my own people became a hunger for the freedom of all people, white and black. I knew as well as I knew anything that the oppressor, like somebody who puts other people down, who limits their freedom, must be liberated, set free, just as surely as the oppressed. That's a weird statement. So he's basically saying it's not just the people that have been mistreated that need to be freed. It's the people who have been doing the mistreating, which might seem weird. So you're like, wait, why is he saying that the people in power need to be set free too? They also don't understand what they're doing. He's saying they need a liberation. They need to know what life is like for people that aren't them. He goes on to say, a man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. He is locked behind the bars of prejudice, meaning a negative feeling for somebody, and narrow mindedness, meaning he's only looking at his life, not anybody else's. I am not truly free if I am taking away someone else's freedom, just as surely as I'm not free when my freedom is taken from me. The oppressed and the oppressor alike are robbed of their humanity. When I walked out of prison, that was my mission, to liberate the oppressed and the oppressor both. He's saying, my mission is to help those gain the freedom they deserve, but also help the people who didn't give freedom to those understand why everybody should have freedom. Some say that has now been achieved, but I know that is not the case. The truth is that we are not yet free. We have merely achieved the freedom to be free, the right not to be oppressed. We have not taken the final step of our journey, but the first step on a longer and even more difficult road. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. The true test of our devotion to freedom is just beginning. He's basically saying it's not enough to just say we're free. Like, oh, look, we gave people rights. They're free now. We all know this. We all know that there are still racist policies and sexist policies that don't give people the real, genuine freedom that they should have. And we will never have that until everybody believes that everybody deserves the same amount of freedom.